Hello friends, I have a great concern for India, which is why I am communicating to you through this video. In the Indian state of Kerala, they celebrate an annual festival called Onam. During that festival, irrespective of their religion, caste, everyone in Kerala put up new dress and cook several items of food. They do this ritual or custom or practice to ensure that the visiting deceased king Mahabali goes pleased. Because every year the people of Kerala believe that their deceased king Mahabali visits them to see whether his subjects are happy or not. So, to ensure that they are happy, they make themselves happy and by wearing new dress and also cooking several items of food. The point I am trying to drive home is King Mahabali was a benevolent king, and during his reign he ensured that his subjects are happy. Here we need to understand that the main purpose or a vision for a ruler is to make the subjects happy. Thus, leaders cannot relinquish their role of making the citizens happy. I am once again reiterating the state role is to make the citizens happy. When Mr. Narendra Modi inherited the governance from Dr. Manmohan Singh, the happiness index of India was 117. Currently, it has slipped to 140. Last year, it was 133. In a year, it slipped 7 positions. And countries like a theocratic country like Pakistan, their happiness index is 67. And an undemocratic, totalitarian country like China, the happiness index is 93. And obviously, the top ranking country in the world regard to happiness index is Iceland. Now we need to understand what are the factors by which they assess the happiness index. King Mahabali tried to assess the happiness index of the people by seeing the dress they wear, the food they eat. But the United Nations, during their reporting, they see there are several factors by which they assess the happiness index. One is income. Now here, I would like to drive home the point. Many people are of the wrong impression that GDP or GNP alone is the criteria to assess a country's income level. It is not so. We can thump our chest by saying we are the third largest economy in the world. Yes, of course, we have grown. But at the same time, we need to understand the fact that Iceland's per capita purchasing power parity regard to GDP is 46,483.96 US dollar. Whereas India's per capita purchasing power parity regard to GDP is 8,483.69 US dollars. So we can't be proud that we are the largest economy in the world, because regard to the purchasing per capita income, even Iceland outbeat us. They are almost 7 times more powerful or wealthier than us. Each and every individual is wealthier than an average Indian. Everyone in Iceland are 7 times richer than Indians, or they can afford to buy things based on that which only the purchasing power parity is assessed. So the purchasing power of the Iceland citizen is 7 times more than that of an Indian. So never be deceived by someone saying that we are the third largest economy. We are not. Of course, we are growing and our GNP is high. That is also one parameter by which they assess the growth of a country. But at the same time, that is not an indicator. Purchasing power parity per capita GDP is the right measurement by which you can assess a country's level of income. The second factor by which they assess the happiness index is through freedom. How is the freedom in a country? Now, regard to the press freedom, I have lived through the emergency time in 1975, but I have never seen any such pro-government reporting in newspapers like this which I see now. I used to use only television for the sake of listening to the news. Now, it is not the case. I get only fake news and I have disposed of all my 2 televisions and I am living without a television. Because listening to fake news make me sick. And another one, eating habits. The government has a role even in deciding what you can really eat. I have seen a lot of people traveling long distances to eat their food of preference. Of course, the directive principle of the state policy calls for cow protection, but doesn't stop anyone from eating buffalo meat. Dr. Abdul Kalam, in his book 2020, he highlighted that the easiest method by which an Indian can access to the protein requirement is through eating meat. Now, if he is not able to eat the buffalo meat, he will not have access. Now, buffalo meat and cow meat are brought under the common denominator beef. So, people get into our house and they open their fridge, whether do we have anything. This is a situation. People are lynched for keeping meat in their refrigerators. People are lynched for eating beef. And of course, dress code. The rulers and their sycophants, they decide what dress you need to wear. And the third factor by which they measure the happiness index is trust. When the demonetization happened, I almost became a beggar. I was traveling in the Himalayas and I never knew that the currencies are demonetized. I had huge currency in my pocket, but I could not even attend on my medical requirement. I had a slip, I could not even go to the doctor because doctor said, I don't have any money to give you a change. I cannot accept the 500 rupees and the 1000 rupees that you have. Medical shops are also did the same thing. I had real hell on that day. And whenever our Prime Minister addresses the television, we are all frightened what announcement he is going to make. So people have lost trust that this is an empowering government. So trust is another factor by which they measure the happiness index. Next one is healthy life expectancy. When India got freedom, the life expectancy was 32. Now we have surpassed 70. This is one of the contributions made by the Congress government post-independence. And also, now under the current manifesto of Congress, they have given us that free medical insurance will be given to the marginalized people. So this is another step towards creating a welfare society. And security support, and another factor by which they measure the happiness index is through social security systems. In overseas as well as in advanced countries, they have social security systems. If anybody loses their job, immediately, if they don't get a job, they can apply to the government and get a living allowance from the government. This is what the social security system. We don't have such things. But of course, Rahul Gandhi has announced a scheme called Nyay, through which at least a minimum living wage will be paid to the marginalized, financially marginalized people to the tune of rupees 72,000. And another factor by which they measure the happiness index is how generous people are. We have rich, wealthy people, but at the same time, we don't have much people who can contribute to the social development of India. We have to still look for Ford Foundation, Gates Foundation, and all that. We ourselves, being a third economy in the world, we ourselves can sustain our own economy, our own development. So, it is high time that we select a right ruler who will really give us or raise the happiness index of the Indians. So, the right party to give your vote is Indian National Congress, and their symbol is hand. Thank you.